Salutations, you breathing pair of X chromosomes. It seems like you've been traveling far and wide across the Dubai chocolate desert. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of mirages being miraged in front of you, and you must be so thirsty. No, do not be scared, you precious, vulnerable, fragile thing. Do not be scared. I am a nice guy. You have nothing to worry about because I'm a nice guy. Anyways, you must be so thirsty. Unfortunately, I do not have water, but I do have me. Drink me! If you truly want to quench your thirst, I command you, drink me! Greetings, my armadilliest armadillos. Welcome back. Aren't you just so happy to see the Taliban's top recruit on your screen once again? Now, if this is your first time your pupils are pupilling upon this majestic figure on your screen, this species has been specied on this channel before. But nice guys have crawled to platforms far and wide. Nice guys have managed to crawl their way over to TikTok. So this is one of the first videos that really inspired me to make this MP4 file. It's not really a person in particular, but somebody shared this unironically. You can only imagine what's going on in their interactions with oxygen for them to be sharing something like this. I don't know if I meant for this to be the intro of this video, but this intro couldn't get any more interesting. This was the perfect intro. So this is a pretty good description of nice guys. They're basically these little healers, okay? They walk around the universe looking for women to heal. And that's the issue with the women of today. They don't want these people who just want to heal them and just want to see them flourish. They don't want to be watered by these kind souls. They want to be evaporated by those villains. What a lot of people don't know about the nice guy industry is that there is a final nice guy boss, and he has about 1 billion nice guys that work under him. And they have this massive headquarters in Silicon Valley. And over there, they have about 1 billion screens where they just look at different people who are going through a tough time or are very, very vulnerable. Because why would you go for people who have two-step verification? People that are very secure in themselves and are in a place in life where they are looking to meet other people. No, that's not what the nice guys do. People have called it harassment. No, harassment is healing. But what truly made me want to manufacture this MP4 file was this content creator. Now look, I want to disclaim this disclaimer. I don't have anything personal against this guy. I just think this is some of the most performative content I think I've ever seen content-utilized. He goes by the name of Henry Gray Earls. But what people don't realize about nice guys is that they can actually attract tribes through their pick-me sort of style personality. And that's exactly what this guy is doing here. He is making content that will only attract those that are vulnerable. And if they're not vulnerable, then we really need to check their membranes, because I have no idea what's going on in there. I can keep on yipping on the yap, but none of this will truly make sense until you see the type of content he makes. In case you failed to read that, I'll reread it for you. Peter Parker got bitten by a spider and became Spider-Man, so you better bite me so I can become your man. So you just want a Luis Suarez type of woman. So what do you look for in your insignificant other? What is the thing that you so deeply desire?
I want you to bite me. Just mukbang me, please.
What a disturbing video to share with the internet. The thing is, you have to understand, this guy went to a library, and honestly, this library is fascinating. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be Hogwarts-esque. The thing is, I don't think he belongs to a particular house. As soon as he got admitted into Hogwarts, they were like, you know what, we need to make another house party. So we're gonna make one called Bite Them More, because this is none of the houses that we have currently. How dare you park Peter Parker for those reasons? How dare you use his name to get more bites? At first I was thinking maybe a dentist would be into this, but no, I don't even think the dental world would support this. This is probably against their beliefs. No, I didn't mean I want a girl with braces. I just want her to brace herself for this. I want to be bitten. I'm looking for that mosquito type of love. But this is basically all of his content. He gets on his wand and he flies all the way to Hogwarts. Every time he wants to share a really picky line with the rest of the world. Let me guess, you want daddy to read you the story, right? I'll read it for you. Don't worry, darling. It's okay. Another man's babies will have the eyes that I fell in love with when I was 14. Oh, why did you remind me? When my hormones weren't even hormonicized at 14, somebody else is gonna have her eyes. The eyes that I fell in love with. I called dibs. Is this a thing now? We're calling dibs on pupils? Is this what we're doing as a society? No, you can't marry her. I don't plan on marrying her, but I actually pupiled her pupils first. So if you even have children, if you bring a fetus into this universe, it's gonna look technically like me. And that's just not how genetic composition works whatsoever. I've just composed that myself. You have no idea what I'm imagining right now. Think about this. I just thought of a supervillain that has a power where basically any girl he falls in love with, he has these laser eyes that shoots at them so that his face gets planted on the baby that she gives birth to in the future. And he doesn't plan on being with that woman whatsoever. So she's marrying somebody else, but his face is planted on the baby's face.
Ooh, ooh, beautiful.
Stan Lee didn't write this. We don't Stan Lee wrote this. Now it's clear this mythical man is not making these videos because he truly believes them. Or maybe he does, and if that's the case, then we might have to question his sanity. He's making these videos to ultimately just trap a plethora of people into his thirst trap. I'm not gonna question his dressability, even though it does match with the performative male Pinterest board. But what I will say is nobody makes this type of content because they want to genuinely share their ideologies with the world. They make this type of content to get a bunch of people who have their feelings disbalanced. I don't think he actually cares if people fall in love with him. I just think he hopes people watch his videos so that puts more shillings in his pocket, which I don't want to make sound like a crime. I just think it's a very strange niche to enter.
She never even asked why I did what I did.
You trusted Sasha.
Yeah.
You were hurt by someone you trusted.
Remember when I told you I was in the desert around 326 years ago and I bumped into that lady? Well, she got a restraining order from me. I watched this video where this guy was saying that he was in love with the impossibility of our love. And I realized that that was her way of telling me she likes me, even though she died like 200 years ago. What a hopeless lover boy. All he wants is to send pigeons with flowers to your habitat. That's all he wants. But your father figure doesn't approve of him because he has a 6'4" YouTuber lined up for you instead. I'll read for you again. Fine, I'll do it again. When I finally find a person who's a green flag, but now I'm the red flag. The word flag is starting to give me the ick. And even the word ick gave me the ick. But that's the type of wordage I'm gonna have to whip out for this scenario. People have thrown around the word flag so much now because it's just been used as this metric system to classify if somebody is good or not. Let's do a comparison of their green flags and their red flags. And I can't do a comparison of them because I'm colorblind. So basically what I'm saying is I'm just jealous. I can't tell if your green flags are actually green or if there's something else. So now he's kind of transitioning from this nice guy to showing you that, no, I'm actually not this nice guy. You are too perfect, so now I need to be the bad guy. We can't just be two superheroes in a relationship. It has to be one villain and one unvillain. That's the only way this works out. Again, I don't think this guy is being serious. I think he's just trying to make content that people will fall for. But I think this is just a very sorry excuse. The rhetoric that's been running around online is that women want guys that are not nice. They want guys who are bad. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but those are the women that are not nice. Those are the women that you don't want. And this is not a, oh, look, this is how women are. I would say the same thing if the roles were reversed. But the matter of the fact is this: if somebody is proclaiming themselves to be a nice guy, or if they just exclaim to the universe that, hey, look, I'm just this very peaceful, wholesome individual, they're typically not that wholesome. I've never seen a person that claims to be nice actually be nice. I think if a person is saying that they are nice, they're trying to convince themselves that they're nice. But let this not distract you from the fact that this guy got, I'm guessing, an iPad, sat outside, got some sort of a book light, and started writing absolutely nothing. He did all of that just to put the devastating text that he planted above his head. But if you think his video is bad, let's dive into the comment section and see what they're saying. Like, I'm not the red flag in the sense that I'm gonna cheat. It's just I feel like I'm gonna sabotage sabotage things because my trust is so damaged. Remember when I was saying this is like nice guy content? Well, this is the type of people that nice guys typically attract. The disturbing thing is that 6,517 things that do have a relationship with oxygen left a like on that. They said, yes, this is super relatable. My trust has been so mistrusted that now I'm gonna ruin everything. People have to pay and it's not in my control. That sounds like the intro to a serial killer documentary. But let's not forget, this is a very good person because they're not gonna cheat on you. They're not gonna do it. They've told us, I'm not gonna cheat on you. I'm just gonna sabotage everything. I'm going to plant tariffs on our relationship. At least I'm not gonna cheat on you. I might slice you in half. Here's another really insightful one. I'm trying to be better. I don't wanna lose him. When you say you don't want to lose him, do you mean like in a loose motion type of way? Do you just typically go to the toilet and dump him out of your system, or what's going on? This is what happens when you get a girl that bites, because she'll end up eating you whole and then she has to dump you out of her system later.
Babe, how much of your body is still not pooped out of me?
Babe, squeeze harder.
I think his upper half is still stuck in my stomach. I'm gonna go try harder.
This is what happens when you get into that Luis Suarez relationship. You bit him so much that you said, why don't I just eat him whole? Why don't I just devour my partner? I know. Let's read for those that are unreadable. If only I could absorb your pain and return it to you as love. So this is where the nice guy characteristic comes in. Now, I think the thing that makes this very disingenuous, and look, I don't want to frame this guy as a criminal because he isn't. He's just a dude who's trying to grow a brand around being this sort of nice guy who's just a loveless soul. He's not able to be loved and he's not able to love the way he wants to love. But I think the thing that makes it feel just very unwholesome and ultimately just super cringy is that this is all of his content. These are the videos that he makes. So now it doesn't feel like he genuinely feels that way. It just feels like he's trying to get views off of the way that other people might feel. But like most of us sane serpents, we would see a video like this and think, wow, I want to snort some sort of illegal substance. But no, the comment section begs to differ. This boy deserves nothing but love. Do you see the power of your words? And this is why words are so cheap, because you could say anything. I could say, I wish I could stop all bad guys in the world and be good guy. And they would say, wow, the way you think is really good. It doesn't mean that I'll actually do it. I could just proclaim,
I love you. It'll pass.
oh, you think I'm gonna read this to you? I want you to beg first. Read the script on the screen. I guess I'll have to do it. I think we're just gonna have to secretly love each other and leave it at that. The thing about this one is it makes it sound like you're not in love with another human being. It actually makes it sound like you really are in love with an armadillo, but the emperor of the armadillos, ahmadelyo, says no. Armadillos are off limits because I secretly want them all to myself. But this just makes it sound like you're in love with this extraterrestrial thing. You fell in love with E.T. and you can't tell everybody about it. No, Henry, listen to me. I know you're in a library and you're this hopeless romantic, but E.T. is off limits. That's the last thing this world needs. We don't need you falling in love with another world. Love you in secret because I can't have you. That's probably like top 3 PDF file lines of all time. That's just like their favorite quote. I love you in secret because I can't have you. You need to specify why you can't have them. I don't think you can leave it at that. Now, believe it or not, this is not the nicest guy on TikTok. He is one of the nice guys, but there are some nicer guys as well. Exhibit A, nice guy found on TikTok. This was on a post about catcalling. Catcalling? Wait, that's a thing that we do now? What does a catcall even look like? Meow, 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 meow. No, yeah, I'll go harm myself. You don't have to do anything. But under this post about catcalling, this was the comment section. POV, you've never done this and you're still single. Congrats on the bare minimum. You don't know what extent I've gone, silly woman. Why do these guys all talk like they're waging war on Dr. Seuss? You silly woman. Who speaks like that? Considering trying a little harder to be a decent human being. And have you considered downloading Grammarly? I made the comment because it's true and you don't know me, so why am I not a decent human being. I think the way he started off this comment section conversation is probably the thing that makes you question his decency, because the opening comment, which is "you've never done this and you're still single," makes you sound like you're in the deepest simp level. But now he's kind of coming through with some cognitive sense, which is quite impressive. The comment shows you're a pick-me. What do you want for literally not harassing women? A gold star? Okay, and now she's winning once again. I don't know, maybe a tiny bit of not being called a bad guy by some random woman on TikTok. I bet you're a feminist. Oh, there's the problem. Believe it or not, you do have to support women's rights and respect them if you want a girlfriend. Sorry, bud. Well, if my girl calls me names and a non-decent human being, I'm glad I'm single. Good to get accompanied, since you'll stay like that till you realize you need to try harder. All I did was say your comment was unnecessary. Well, joke's on you. This is social media and nobody cares what you think. I'm actually dating someone and have been for over a year. She dared me to leave that comment saying some feminist would reply, and wow, she was right. Tell her I said good luck. You persistent piece of undecency. You fell for his little trap. You fell for the nice guy pyramid scheme. You are a victim. See, that's the thing your crusty cranium can't understand. You thought all this time that you were having a serious battle with this nice guy, but no. He was actually deployed by his partner. So who actually won? Now, obviously, if you couldn't tell, I'm sinking in sarcasm. And he definitely was raging on the bait all this time, so he decided to pull the card of, well, actually, my wife sent me here. So, joke's on you. Take it up with milady. But I'm unhappy to say that that comment section conversation was terminated, because that means we have to move on to the next comment section. Now, there are a bunch of videos on TikTok that just proclaim that good guys do finish last, and obviously that attracts a sea of simpers in the comment section down below. Literally going through this right now. She's the woman of my dreams and I've done everything I can, but I'm too much. Just got told the same thing, man. And they always say they want a good guy, but when they get it, they do that. Facts, dude. This is really cute. Just a bunch of nice guy bonding. Some random TikTok civilization. All I'm gonna say is there are a bunch of subreddits where people bond over stuff like this, where they're just super sad about being unwanted and undesired. And I think that's the pulp of the problem. Clearly, if you are not confident in yourself or you don't like yourself enough, you're gonna go to the internet and tell everybody how much you struggle in society to find someone. Obviously, there could be other reasons, and I'm not saying that isn't possible. But I think if you're willing to go to the internet and let everybody know how much you've been destroyed by the opposite gender, I mean, I think we have other things to worry about. But these are some more nice guy type videos where the comment section is just commenting the same exact things. This one hit deep. As a good guy, I'm ready to stop being one. So I'm assuming this is like when you get stabbed and then they like twist the knife, you know? I'm assuming that's what it's like. Tried for 3 years and she just left. So now this good guy is going to stay alone. I'll die lonely. It was just meant to be in my life. Everyone make bad choices but never get any chances to prove that I'm a great guy. I'm going through it, bro. Us good guys always get pushed aside and finish the last. Whoa, men. Whoa, men. Why are you not giving the nicest guys a nice chance? I know they haven't shown that they are nice guys. They just say that they are, but why? Whoa, men. Whoa, men wonder where the good guys are. We have remained distant and just hang out with our friends. We're just these little chunks of bacterial fungi that cling to our homies because we're so repulsive to women. We're so nice that nobody wants us. I love how that comment section is genuinely just a confession area. Everyone's just sharing their experiences about how they're gonna have to become bad guys. It's not in their control because the nice guy gimmick, it's just not nice. It just doesn't work. And I feel like that kind of proves the point even further. If you are truly a nice guy, wouldn't you still be a nice guy after enduring unnice situations? I feel like that's when the niceness should show, because your niceness is only really tested when you go through unnice things. I don't think it's truly tested when everything is nice. Everyone can be nice when things are nice. Some girls don't realize this till the 30 and some guys not willing to wait. Biggest of facts. Great take. Dude, this can go either way, but okay. Most good guys don't talk to a ton of girls, but most girls have so many options it doesn't even matter. They will most likely choose a bad one. This is super relatable because I remember that one time that I was on Pop the Balloon and all of the other contestants and the girl, she just happened to choose the bad guy. I was the nicest guy there. I'm telling you, I can 100% approve that I was the nicest guy. Eeny, miny, mo, catch a nice guy by his toes. If he wants me, let him go. only choose bad guys. Yes, I know. But my response to that would be just keep on believing then. Because if you're just not bound to get picked, eventually you'll get picked. You're just playing against the percentages here. But instead of looking at the comment section, let's look at the content section. Welcome to our generation. Telling the truth is offensive. We've normalized working 8 hours a day for someone else. You can find a date just by swiping a finger. So far all of this seems to be good conversational points. And then you swipe your finger a little more and then you realize treating a girl like a gentleman will make her leave. Most girls will pick a good time over a good guy. Thank you so much for that super insightful and groundbreaking information. Microsoft backgrounds. But believe it or not, I do actually discriminate against Microsoft wallpapers. So I'd rather see an actual human being confess this. For all we know, that could be AI, right? How to lose a woman. Reply fast. Show loyalty. Care about her. Show emotions. Give anything more than minimal effort. Welcome to How to Keep Your Woman 101. Cheat on her extensively. Cheat on her so badly, she tells you you're worse than Genghis Khan. That's the end of this course. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe to ahmadelyo. I need to question this question. Where are these women? I'm sure they exist, but doesn't that say a lot about you? Why are all of the experiences that you've had with women, when they have this hide and seek sort of mentality, I need you to make me feel like you don't want me so I can want you? That means they just don't like you. They're trying to convince themselves that they do. Now, the last one we're gonna look at is actually a TikTok live. Now, the thing with TikTok lives is it's either a begging battle where people are begging for lions, roses, and whatever other objects you can send to them. But the other side of TikTok lives, which I would say is the darker side, and I can't believe it gets darker than begging, but it's basically where people put super offensive things as their background for the TikTok live, and then they invite conversation. Because these are such polarizing ideas, people are like, hey, we need to object this. 10 boundaries for my girlfriends. Respect TikTok guidelines. Don't violate the guidelines. I don't know what the TikTok guidelines entail, and to be honest, that's funny because I originated as a TikToker and I don't know what they entail. So I'm pretty sure what he's going to put out is not very offensive. I don't think it would object the guidelines. 5'6" or below. Blue/green eyes. Isn't too confident and self-secure. I just want a girl where I could just take her mind and just fiddle with it. I don't like women that are confident or have security in themselves. I want them to cling on to me. So that way they're just fully dependent on me and I can just boss them around. I don't want a partner. I want a peasant. I want somebody to just be like this keychain attached to me. My little accessory. Willingly will cook. No male friends. Will not talk back during disagreements. You heard it here first, folks. If he says something and you don't like the something that he's something, don't respond. If you like something that he's something, don't respond either. Your comment section should be disabled. You cannot speak while he's speaking. You might be thinking, is this guy a millionaire? Who is this guy? I mean, this guy must be super qualified. He must be a great human being. No, he's a TikTok liver. Yeah. He's asking for galaxies so you guys can eat tonight. 18 or above. Oh, okay. So you're not attracted to children. Good to know. Will give me 5 sons. You forced me to become serious. I was not taking you seriously until this. And now I think you need to be locked up. How is that in anybody's control, right? We could blame that on you. To command to give 5 sons when that's something she doesn't control, I think you're insane. You're actually mentally. Good relationship with her dad. If she has a good relationship with her dad, good. If she hates her mom, awesome. So that's the kind of relationship I want. I want my wife to despise her mom, but love her dad. Because that's a super balanced human being, picking one parent over the other. I don't even want to read any more of this list because you could tell this dude doesn't want a wife. He wants Build-A-Bear. He wants to go and just manufacture the type of woman he desires, which is not possible. People that want people that are personalityless, they want people that have no say in a matter. You're not looking for a partner. You have it all confused. You just want somebody that has no objectives, no goals in their life. You are clearly not a functioning member of society. You do not belong to the streets. You belong in the cell. With that being said, I think we've covered the whole spectrum of nice guys on TikTok. And if you thought this video was nice and not in the unnice way that we've been talking about, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm currently on 6-7K subs. My little brother has been talking about it way too much. So please, let's try and get to 100,000. You see how I used my little brother for my gain? That's what you guys need to do. Use your family members for your success. Looks like you're thirsty. You still haven't drunk me yet. Please, drink me so the video will end.